Hey, Lizette, how
Hi,
is it going?
it's going great, Laura. How are you doing? How's your
Oh,
week
oh
going?
my goodness gracious. Well, I had a very early morning with my dog getting sprayed by a skunk and
Oh,
then
goodness.
decided, you know what? He took it out. So
Oh,
it's been
no.
an adventure.
Anakin,
Uh,
he is a character.
he is a character, but I don't want to say he made his mama proud, but
Well, it is your husband's birthday. Maybe that was his birthday gift.
that's what I told Eric. I said, I think he wanted to get you an early birthday gift.
Yeah.
so,
Well, my
so
week has been surrounded with band.
of course,
So we
yes.
had UIL competition for our high school, and I spent 2 days going with both bands,
Oh yeah,
just
both groups.
both groups, and just being there to hem pants. I have hairspray for some of the girls, um, walk them here and there, go pick up forgotten backpacks and bags at whatever room we were just in. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So, and it always amazes me, and I always feel so silly, but I always get a little choked up and tearful. They're so good.
Hmm.
I just think they're so talented. I mean, I'm completely biased,
Yeah.
but every time I'm like, they really amaze me. I'm so lucky to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I missed it. I've been working on something else, and so
Yeah.
fortunately I couldn't help out with that. But I did go pick you up. So.
Yes. Yes. That was appreciated. I was stuck like Chuck out there.
So definitely, it's been an adventure. It's been an
Yeah.
adventure of a week. End of March. Now we're in April, and
Yes. And so one of the things I've been doing this week is prepping my Easter baskets
oh yeah,
because I have uh, grand or great niece
great.
and two great nephews. And so those are what you would call my grandkids. My sister shares everything with me. And so as I got the Easter baskets ready, that's what I'm thinking Easter is about, right? But it's really not. That's not what Easter's about.
Yeah.
So in our reflection and when we were talking about forgiveness,
Mhm.
and I thought, well, that's a great topic. I'm
Mhm.
no expert in forgiveness whatsoever, but I think that would be a great topic to talk about because some things that I have learned as I have aged, I think that might be beneficial for everybody,
I think so too.
or at least one other person. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, because through our seasons of life, we go through different types of forgivenesses,
And not
and
only for other people, but for ourselves.
mhm,
So I thought that's a great topic to
i-
share with our
if
friends.
anybody is our worst critic, it is ourselves.
Ourselves, absolutely.
Hmm.
Well, friends, welcome to Seasons, the podcast where we explore the different chapters of life and all the beauty they hold.
We are your hosts, Laura and Lizette, and today we will be talking about forgiveness. So go ahead, kick it off, Lizette.
Okay, well,
What's
let's
our
see.
first? I think we're going to break this up.
I think there were a couple of things, and I thought, well, how do you learn? Forgiveness is about boundaries, right? Because people they go past your boundaries that you've set up for yourself, and how would I kind of my thought process took me through how do we develop our boundaries? It's growing up, how we learn, we mimic our parents. Our parents teach us, not only parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. We have our favorites. We learn how to treat others. Some of us join sports, and
Hmm.
I think that that's a gift and a curse all in one. I say for me, with all the fingers pointed at me, because I love sports, but I'm also very competitive. So
Yes, you are.
even if you and I were going to go get a water on the other table, I would beat you to the table. I don't know, just out of habit. So maybe it's not always the best thing for me, but
I'm waiting for that. We still haven't had that wee night yet, so
oh, I know we have to have our family wee night.
we do. We do. Well, we have a 4-day weekend, or
Yeah.
I mean, we're off every day, but
Yeah,
the
the kids.
kids have a 4-day weekend because of it being Easter this
I
weekend. So they don't
know.
have school on Friday and they don't have school on Monday.
We don't have
So
anything on Monday. Let's
yeah,
let's try to plan that.
yeah,
So I have competition, um, learning how to cheer for others, even when it's not meant for you.
yeah,
That's a hard lesson
yeah.
because it's comes with a little bit of jealousy, and to me, jealousy comes in two forms. One, like oh gosh, I don't want you to have that kind of jealousy, which is not really beneficial for anybody. But there's also a different kind of, hey, I love your shoes. where did you get them? Can I get a pair just like them?
Yeah.
Like I want to get a pair just like them because they look so cute.
Yes, you do have a pair of shoes
Just like
exactly
your
like
leopard
me.
shoes. I love them. I wore them yesterday to walk around to get all the backpacks that were left in all the rooms at UIL.
And I love sharing where I
But
got them.
every time I wear those shoes, I get at least 2 or 3 compliments. So I'm
Mhm.
glad I copied you.
Yes.
So for our listeners, Laura had some leopard tennis shoes that she came into my office one day sporting, just all cutesy. And I was like, what are those on your feet and where did you buy them? I want some.
And I sent her the Amazon link
So,
immediately.
yes. And so I have to have that same vibe. So, but I think that's the jealousy or the cheering or the admiration,
Mhm.
more of an admiration. I think that that's a lesson that you learn that feels better. It gives
Right.
you more peace in your heart, right?
Right.
Because there's no sense being jealous about other things. Everybody's different. Everybody has different goals, values, risks. Uh,
Yeah, and you don't know exactly what is going on in their lives.
right.
So, the perspective of what we see and what they're actually going through are two
Yeah.
different
And sometimes
things.
when I meet people that have a ton, they wish they had some other stuff. It's never
Yeah.
exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
So never be jealous. Just focus on yourself. Wow, that's what our moms used to always tell us, right? Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't
Okay.
be like the Joneses or
Yeah. You don't
the,
have to keep up with anybody.
Yeah,
So that,
simplicity. It was always about simplicity. It's like, don't, you know,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, you know, we're going to die one day. I hate to be morbid,
Yeah.
but
Drink your water, take some vitamins, but yes,
but you're going to leave all that behind. You can't take that with you,
absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's
So,
about the experiences. And I think that's one of the things in our retirement that I've really Um, I mean, maybe I'm not all the way entrenched in it just yet, but I've recognized it and having that service mentality
mhm,
is really important for me in retirement.
yeah. It's all
Whether
about time.
time, yeah,
It's making the time. It's like, look, you participated in the UIL events 2 days in a row.
yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to do that
Oh
had you
no.
been
And I
working.
think one of the
And even
young
if you
boys,
did, you would have been on your phone
yeah.
doing work stuff and losing
Yeah. Instead, when I
missing
was
out on
helping one of the
something.
boys plan his banquet outfit. And so we're trying to find out where to buy the vest that he wants to have this look. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
all right, let's find it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So, our
it's
band
that
banquet.
yes, our band banquet. So, it's those things that yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's gonna look snazzy. It was a really nice
I'm looking
vest.
forward to that. I'm gonna see who you're talking about and say, "Oh, okay."
He's one of the tuba players. I'm not sure of his name, but I thought, oh, I found a pretty maroon one for Sarah. So,
Oh, there you go. There you go.
so
But yeah, forgiveness, when we're young, it's just,
we learn
it
how to apologize, right? We apologize and we think just the words mean something, but as we grow older, it comes with actions
yes,
and not doing it again and sincerity.
exactly.
And
It
so,
becomes also more about respect as well too. It's
oh,
like
that's it.
you have to
Absolutely.
you may not like something or something that someone said, but their view, they have their reasoning for their views. And it's like, what's that saying? We can learn to disagree or learn to
Yeah.
agree and disagree with each other. I
Yeah. We
mean,
don't always have to
and we talked
agree.
about this in the past that
I think
not everyone, we don't live in a
we don't
perfect
even agree
world.
all the time.
No, we
No,
don't.
absolutely not.
But I listen to you because,
Yeah. Actually, I was a hard no on a conversation earlier this week. And as I was telling you why I was a no, I became a yes. I was like,
yeah,
oh, never mind.
yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
And I think that's where we balance each other off, where it's like, okay, I know her reasoning, but
Let's look at both sides.
let's look at both sides. And I guess that's because I'm such a balance. I'm a Libra, so I'm
You
all about
are.
balance. I'm all
That's,
about balance.
I knew that, but I never noticed that. But now that you say that, I'm like, yes, you are. And I'm a
And
Sagittarius.
so is your
Like
daughter.
there's millions of stars and planets in this galaxy. And sometimes I am so shocked that they don't revolve all around me.
That's where I pull you to my scale.
Sometimes it's a mean
Let's
scale.
look at both sides, Lizette. Let's look
Yes.
at both sides. But
That was on a Reba episode, by the way. She was
but
like,
as a child, we look at like, we're we're trying to fit in with certain people. We start having our little cliques of people that we start hanging out with. Of course, I went to a private school, and I told you this the other day. The competition with us was who was going to play Princess Leia when we were outside.
Oh, yeah.
During recess.
As I told you, they made me be the Wookiee. Oh.
So it's being able to accept the things you
Yeah,
cannot change.
yeah,
If someone gets voted in to be Princess Leia, it's like
yeah.
you
And
accept
you're
it and
short and
just
cute. I was tall, so I
oh,
really was
I,
the
I didn't
Wookiee.
have the hair long enough to do the buns on the side. So
So,
it's those little
yeah.
things where you accept those things and you forgive those who don't accept you
Oh, you
to
bring
be.
that's a great point. You just said something that made me think, that's true. The clicks. And not so much that we call them clicks now, but I don't care if you're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I still feel that groups are the same.
Hmm.
And I guess I always try to tell my daughters this too. The sooner you learn that to open yourself up and not get caught up in that,
Yeah.
you find your friends that are genuine and
Hmm.
unique. Those people are by far the most interesting. They're the ones that show up. And I guess you just have to be yourself.
Hmm.
I think when I'm my most genuine self, I have such great friends.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I like that
Yeah, and as
better.
we get
So,
older, the our our groups tend to get a little bit smaller, as we've said before, but yet when we continue to meet new people all the time.
oh, yeah. We went but I'm still my own annoying self sometimes because we were on the bus going to a competition on Saturday
Uh-huh.
and our bus driver went the wrong way. And everybody was like, why is she going this way? I was like, well, it's okay. It's just more time for us to spend together. And I got a lot of stink eye.
But you put it in the positive perspective.
And I didn't get throat punched. That's good.
You put it in a positive way of saying, "Hey, we get to spend more time with each other." Of course, they probably took it as,
It
"Oh,
was a little
great."
warm in the bus. Everybody was like, shut up. Okay, well, okay. So forgiveness, setting boundaries. So, and there's a lot of boundaries, right? We have our work boundaries, family boundaries, and life teaches us to have certain boundaries.
Mhm.
And I didn't know. I'll share this. I didn't know as I got older, I didn't realize that there's not just first boundaries, there's secondary boundaries, tertiary boundaries that you need to have set up. And I didn't really have to have that because my husband never pushed boundaries.
Yeah.
So that was great. He was always so respectful. We grew up together. So it was really easy. Had a very happy and harmonious marriage for the most part. We were normal.
Yeah.
We were normal, but we never really fought because we just decided who cared more. And then we went with whatever they wanted.
Right.
And so, but as I've learned to meet people, even in work, I've had a supervisor that we didn't really see eye to eye, but we worked really well together. But that's okay. And so I had to learn, we learned boundaries with each other. And also, when it comes to boundaries and forgiveness, I think especially I learned my lesson with that particular person was I was only whatever grudge or whatever I had within myself, I was only hurting myself.
Yeah.
And so it was when I forgave him and forgave myself for even being mad at whatever we were, working towards or whatever, that I really just felt peace and let it go. And so that's when I really had that epiphany of, oh my gosh, I wonder if, I hope I remember this my whole life is that there's no sense in keeping a grudge. Forgiveness doesn't mean I have to forgive the person, doesn't allow them back
Right.
around me. What it does is it forgives them. I forgive the situation we're in. I forgive the part that I had that contributed to it. I forgive you for what you did, but it doesn't mean we forget. You know that old saying, forgive and forget?
Yep.
I'm not a great forgetter,
Mhm.
but I have learned to be a better forgiver.
Right. And there was, speaking of work, there used to be a person we used to work with. They no longer, work where we work. They left long time ago, but um, really kind of was. I don't know if it was a jealousy thing that they just didn't like the way they would communicate with me or say things behind my back, or. But I always made it a point to be extremely cordial and not make it look like I had something against them.
Oh,
And, even when they left, I still made it a point and got them a gift to say, "Hey, it was great working with you. I hope you,
yeah.
and,
Well, I guess we come
just
across
kinda keep just to have some peace."
yes. And I think you cut in all lives, work or in band or in a common area, you're always going to come across people who just, I said last episode, I'm likened to pickled onions. Sometimes
Yes.
they don't like pickled onions, and
Mhm.
that's okay, but some people do. But
Right.
anyhow, I, um, I have learned that, um, you're just not everybody's cup of tea, but I would, and the people who know you, and I would think that if somebody didn't have extreme like for you, they probably don't like the Easter Bunny either. Because you're actually very pleasant.
Well, I've just always been that way. Even when I was in high school, I graduated with a group of 125 girls. We were probably the only class in my high school that never went on a class trip because we couldn't agree on
Where to go.
anything, you know? But I associated myself with so many different groups. And it's kind of funny years later how I still associate myself with people that I did not associate myself with when I was in high school, or it's just the seasons of life.
Yeah.
We turn the leaf over
I think
and become a different.
the most unsuspecting person growing up ends up being one of your best allies in
Yeah,
life, right?
yeah,
That's how it's happened with me too.
yeah,
And I thought, wow, I would have never thought that. I didn't know this.
yeah. It's pretty amazing.
So what are some of the ways that if if one of our friends, if we were talking to one of our friends and they were having a hard time with a situation and just couldn't find forgiveness within them, what are some um, advice? What advice would we give them?
Well, everybody's situation is different.
Right,
And sometimes it's one of those things I always say to myself, this too shall pass.
a time, right? Everything's better with time.
Everything is better with time. There is a time for that you come to peace with something. There is a time when you move on, and
Yeah,
it's what we call the lessons learned from it.
and
What did
it's
I learn? And really, I'm a person who uh, being part of Band Boosters, I am the vice president. I hear a lot of, I feel like HR. I feel like HR.
sorry.
I'm Lizette's my trouble child.
I have opinions. I don't apologize.
But I know you. I know you.
I'll have opinion about something and then I'm like, great, fine, I'll help. I'll do it next year.
You were the first person I know who's going to have an opinion about it. But but that's okay because I always listen to both sides. That's just the type of person that I am. I'm gonna hear it out. I'm gonna say, okay, well, so how do we work together on this? How do we make it a better situation? Some answers are not the best ones,
Yes.
uh, but
Yes.
and you know
And we're like it's truly like family.
we
We all
are.
get along, we'll have each other's back. Uh, when my mother passed away, Band Boosters was the first one to come bring us food, to show up, to
Hmm.
be sorry, they really helped lift Sarah at that point. But we're more like siblings, I think too. We like
Yeah,
to
yeah. We
I don't
like to
like
just
that.
nitpick,
Yeah.
nitpick. we just
But
like we just like to poke at each other.
yeah.
We just like to do that. But, as far as advice, I mean, everybody's situation is different. It's how you, handle the situation, and anger is definitely something that is seems like the first thing that, you automatically react to, but
It's funny you say that. In my a lot of my grief therapy, because as listeners, I'm a widow. So when I lost my husband, he was 39, so very unexpected. It was a heart attack, so it was very unexpected. So it took me a long time to get to forgiveness, and it was probably forgiveness. I just thought I minded my P's and Q's all my life. Like, how did this happen? Not that that's how it happens. That's
Yeah.
not the way life is. But it took me a long time to get to forgiveness, whether it was with God or the situation or how it was. But I think I was really angry for at least that first couple of years. First year shock, maybe the second year I was had a lot of anger, but I had to learn that the anger was just a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
And so I guess that would be my advice is
Sometimes you need a good cry.
good cry and maybe a good therapist. Could go to therapy. I think therapy is like Skittles. Everybody should have them. Like if it doesn't fit, go to another one. They're not everybody's made for everybody.
Right.
And I think that um
It's finding
yeah,
finding what works for
finding what works
you.
for you. And sometimes there's some um tools and some ideas and some different perspectives that might help you get over that hump of whatever is holding you back.
Yeah.
And not that it took anything away from me or it didn't help. I mean, it doesn't change the situation, is what I'm trying to say. It didn't change the situation, but it really did help my life. I
Right.
feel like a much better person. I got to change a channel to Lizette 2.0 at that point because I just, life changes you.
Yeah. And I think I grew up with I didn't grow up with a lot of therapy. It's the old-fashioned way of you basically, you pick up you pick up your pants and then you just,
Keep going.
move, you accept it and go. And that's where a lot of, maybe you need to, as as
Right.
Eric would say, write it out, put it on paper, write
Write a
out your
book.
feelings, write a book. My husband is a
Yeah.
published author, so so he's always encouraging people to, always, write. And sometimes that works. I mean, we have journals, which I am a little bit behind on,
Yeah.
and or expressing your feelings through some other form or fashion. Being able to, before you can forgive and before you can move on, how do you release that stress? And
And maybe
it could be maybe you just need a good old punching bag and just kind of like let
and
that.
maybe forgive yourself for whatever part you had in it,
Exactly.
right?
And that's kind of
And
hard to
that
do.
is
So
hard.
it's
I think that's the hardest thing to do for me is to forgive my part of it. But we get to that point and then you can just do it differently next time.
mhm. Mhm.
That's we have to
It's
give
how you
ourselves some
react to
grace.
something. Yeah.
But I
It's how
think
you
that
react to something, and don't immediately jump. I always say let's, try to be the bigger person.
it's not always my strong suit, but
I know. I'll work
I'm
with you.
trying. But I think that what I've learned is that forgiveness is about the person, like you. I think forgiveness is about you, not about them.
Mhm.
Because and I think that by allowing that forgiveness and not necessarily um, in conjunction with the other person, but
Yeah.
by allowing that forgiveness to overcome you, I think that brings a lot of peace to your life. And I think that in the season of Easter, I think is gives us that peace to accept the gift that's given to us
That's a
at
good
Easter.
that's a good way of saying it. Absolutely. And especially in the seasons of our life where we're seasoned.
Yeah, fine wine.
We're fine wine, and things take time, but these are lessons that we've learned.
I hope
How you handle situations as an adult is not the same as you did as a
a
teenager or a
teenager
child,
or a young
um,
adult.
or a young adult. Exactly. When
You
you're,
just didn't have that experience behind you to
mhm,
know. And now that we do know, maybe this will help some of our younger listeners. It'll help some of our friends.
yeah, it's kind of interesting, like communicating with people. Like, after I retired, they hired someone else to replace me, And I've had lunch a couple of times with him, and I've been able to share stories, and he'll tell me, "Oh, so and so called," and I say, "Okay, this is how you handle it. This is this is how you handle
This is what
them.
I've learned.
This is what I've learned. This is the situation," and yeah, we provide that knowledge to them, and it's like, well, this person said this, and it's like, well, don't take it so seriously,
Yeah.
you know?
Especially where we used to work. I used to like when I would go to meetings where people would have a lot of comments, I would just make a grocery list in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to, and I know I'm going to take them seriously, but sometimes a lot of people come just not to be positive. So just,
I saw a video the other day. I can't remember if it was on TikTok or Instagram, and the lady is like in this conference room, and people are talking, and her thought is, "How did they get this big table in this conference room?"
yeah, real serious. Well, I hope that this forgiveness talk has helped some of our listeners just think about any situation that's heavy on your heart and how you might lighten that up. And that's what life's about is just lighten yourself up and you know, our director of construction had a picture of a squirrel with its arms out saying, "Don't worry, folks, we're all nuts." And so I think we're all nuts. It's we're just here for this little bit of time. Find ways to lighten your heart, lighten your head, make
Mhm.
your days a little easier.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely, I agree with that. This is a really great topic, especially with Easter just coming up, and as we get older, we don't need that.
weighing us
We
down.
don't need that weight. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
exactly.
Oh, we need to lose weight one way or another.
That's the only weight we need to get rid of.
Well, friends, we hope you join us again.
Until next time, may you embrace every season of your life with joy and gratitude.